Hey everybody, welcome to what should be the conclusion of Falcon's look at of the Yawhg. Well, not really a look at, more of a mini-series that I guess started as a look at, but turned into a mini-series. Whatever, let's not get involved with the logistics of the whole thing here. This will probably be the last episode for sure, and because it's probably the last one, we'll take all 4 individuals out for a spin and see if we have any good luck here. If you guys caught the last episode, you would know that we actually did beat the game finally, so if you haven't checked out episode 3, do so. We got the good ending and everything went pretty swell. Let's get on with this story though. The Yawhg will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it, not a one of us. We just keep on living our lives week by week, unaware. Alright, so we're gonna have all 4 individuals this time around. I've never done it with all 4 individuals, I've only usually gone with 2. So this will obviously be a little bit more reading, but at the same time, it gives us more of a chance to actually focus on different categories now, which is something I'm really curious about and excited about at the same time. So the first one we have is gonna be the female, who I kind of call the nun. Let's see. I want her to be, let's kind of like do a reverse roles type of thing. I want her to be like the crime fighting. She could be like my Wonder Woman, which is, you know, not a bad thing. I'll tell you that much. So we'll send her to the slums and we'll have her fight some crime over here. That's a pretty amazing look for her, I'll tell you that much. She kind of looks like Zorro. I guess Zora would probably be more ideal. Whatever. You spend a week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. One night you hear cheering coming from an alleyway. Peering in, you see a crowd of men cheering on dogs violently ripping each other apart. One of the men spots you and asks, "Oi, would you like to participate in our little beaten game? Bet on the dogs fight or try to stop the dog fights." Let's go ahead and... this will probably give me some money, wouldn't it? But if I'm fighting crime, how can I allow that to happen? I mean, if my Batman sense was actually working right now, Batman would stop this, so let's go ahead and stop it. You try to convince the gamblers that dogfighting is wrong. Your words fall on deaf ears. Very quickly, they get angry with you. One of them walks up to you and pulls out a knife. You don't feel you've got the strength or speed to match this guy. You run away hoping he won't follow. It's unfortunate. So we didn't really have the stats to either talk him out of it or to fight him off. Alright, we'll try to upgrade her a bit more, but that was an easy way to boost some more stats right there, which we kind of failed. Alrighty, so who's next? We have Bearded Individual. Great. Let's see. You've done Charming and Dude, and you've done Magician. Let's go with, and you've also turned into a vampire and wolf, if I'm right. You've had quite a few, journeys here. Let's have you be the, very charming guy this time around. So you'll be the palace, and you'll do... ball. Let's go to a 10 ball. That's a good look for this guy. You spend a week attending fancy gatherings. You gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One day the king approaches you. "Excuse me, but you look like someone who I can confide in. I really want a prince to take over the throne, but the queen and I aren't exactly active in the bedroom." He blushes a little. "Do you have any advice on how I could romance the queen, so to speak?" "Oh, dog, you came to the right spot. Falcon, you might as well just call me Mac Daddy Falcon, because let me tell you, the ladies, hoo-wee, they have no idea what happens when I'm in the room." Obviously, that's full of shit statement, but, you know, just humor me, okay? Teach the king your ways, or admit that you don't know how to help. Let's go ahead and teach the king my ways, dog. You spend hours drawing a bunch of diagrams and going through scenarios with the king, but in the end, he's just as charming as you are. He thanks you and hands you a large sack of coins as a reward. You gain 3 wealth. Later that night, you get the sinking feeling that you might have actually made things worse. That's okay, at least I got some money out of it, which is actually pretty good because I was going to attend the ball, or do the other one, administration work, to get some money, but now we got some stats and some money out of the event, so it works out pretty good. So now we have the Sassy Individual. You were Magician based last time? Let's send you out to the forest. Let's just swap everything around. And I'm gonna send you out there to chop some wood. You spend a week cutting down trees for the village. You gain 2 physique and earn yourself 1 wealth. One day you hear hundreds of footsteps rumbling through the forest in your direction. It's an orc raiding party! What do? Well, I'm not really strong enough to do this right now, or charm them. Yeah, I can't. No, I can't charm. I'm gonna hide. You jump into a nearby ditch. Unfortunately, your bright clothing signals you to their presence. They capture you. In your holding cell, you contemplate the weight of your own mortality. You lose 1 mind. The next morning, the orcs are all gone and your cell is unlocked. What happened? Who knows? We lost some mind for that one. That's unfortunate. Oh well. That's one of those RNG events that's really unavoidable, honestly. Alright, Prince Charming is back now. What do we do with you then? Last time when I had you drink a lot, you turned into an alcoholic and unfortunately, had a really terrible ending. Although we actually beat the game with the best ending, oddly enough. Let's have you do just hospital work this time around. Are you gonna clean up, get some money, and hopefully get some other stats? Yeah, that sounds good. You spend a week stealing your mind against the horrors of the hospital, making sure it is as clean as it can be. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and earn yourself 1 welt. One day, the bloodletting leeches somehow escape from their containers. Leeches start flooding into the hallway. There are people screaming everywhere as if leeches slid towards them. Somebody do something! I don't really have the magic to make this happen, so I'm going to use myself as bait. You start taunting the leeches to lead them back into their containers. The leeches swarm all over you. You are subject to a vicious series of bites before the leeches get bored and take off. You lose 2 physique. The leeches make their way out of the hospital and end up infesting all the nearby waterbeds. Oh no. That's going to probably come back to bite us in the ass later. Alright, they say the last time it came, the Yawhg devoured houses whole, stole lives, the families and family members apart. But that was so very long ago. Alright, week number 2. Let's see what we have over here. So, this is my crime-fighting individual, right? Let's go back right to it. We'll fight some more crime again. You spend a week outsmarting and beating up the criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. One day you notice a man drawing water out of a well. Suddenly, leeches begin pouring out of the well and cover the man from head to toe. I told you guys, I love the fact that the stories are really persistent. So, basically the event that got started by somebody else actually came up in her story. It's great. They start making their way towards you too. What do? I don't have the magic to pull this off. Let's see if we can lure them back into the well. You start taunting the leeches to lead them back into the containers. With great skill, you manage to avoid the leeches' fangs. You then lure them all back into the well. Quick thinking. You gain 1 mind. I'll take it. Alrighty, who's next? We have a bearded individual who was doing palace work right charm. Let's go back right to it. Attend the ball again. You spend a week attending fancy gatherings. You gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One day you accidentally bump into a duke. Watch where you're going, filthy peasant. He shoves you out of the way with his hand and continues walking. Passive-aggressive response or active-aggressive response? How's our charm? 9, huh? We'll do an active one. You shove him back. Oh, no. Should have gone with the passive one. He stumbles slightly. That was kind of lame. You lose 1 charm. Ah, son of a biscuit. Alright, let's see. Who do we have next here? We have sassy individual. Go back to the forest. Let's go back to hunting now. You spend a week hunting defenseless critters. You gain 2 finesse and sell the pelts for 1 welt. One day you decide to take a bat in the river. When you get out of the water, you notice that you're covered in leeches everywhere. I love that so much. The leech event is still going on. Panicking, you quickly pluck them off. You feel faint. You lose 1 physique. Oh, that's no good, though. That kind of bit me in the ass, though. Alrighty. Prince Charming, go back to tending to patients now. You spend a week diagnosing and tending the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 welt. How's your mind looking? 8? Not bad. One day a patient comes into the hospital with sores that nobody's ever seen before. While walking by his bedside, he looks to you and rudely asks for a glass of water. I'm gonna ignore him. Despite your intention to ignore him, you find out yourself completely unable to resist obeying this man's request. You bring him a small glass to quench his thirst. He takes a large sip, swigs it around, and then proceeds to spit it at you. You try to dodge the water, but something inside your mind paralyzes you from doing so. That night, when you get home, you feel dizzy and start having vivid hallucinations about ancient wizards. You gain 3 magic. Hey, you lose 3 mind, though. Huh. Well, we kind of swapped around there. We actually had some pretty good magic going on, or mind, and not kind of decent magic, and now we kind of just swapped around with that event. Interesting. It was on us in a heartbeat, or so the stories go. The earth shook, the air went still. We might have to switch things up with the prince then. Just maybe. Alrighty, so with our individual here, our crime fighter, we have 7, 7, and 8, right? Physique and finesse. Let's go back to the slums and fight some more crime then. You spend the week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. One night, a man walks up to you. Excuse me, miss, feeling a little lonely tonight? For a small amount of coin, I can make you feel good all night. Who are you to lure me this way? You cretin, you. Have you no shame? I'm not sure, is this like a male version of the vampire event? I wouldn't mind having another vampire, I'll tell you that much right now. Just out of, for the sake of the story. I don't have money to pull this off, so let's go with the sure just because I have no money. You don't have enough money to pay him, he shrugs and walks off, and that's it. Well, either way, we're kind of boning that one. So we have charming individual again. Let's send you back to the palace, attend the ball. You spend a week attending fancy gatherings, you gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One day the court jester approaches you. Would you like to learn to juggle? I'll teach you everything I know for a small sum. I have the money for it, sure, why not? You spend a day with the jester practicing your juggling technique, you improve dramatically, you gain 2 finesse. We have a lot of finesse. Ooh, you get another 2 finesse. You happily pay the jester for his services. We have a lot of finesse and some pretty decent charm with this guy. Alrighty, good to know. Now, sassy individual, you lost some physique last time around because of the goddamn leeches here. So, if anything, you're not even cut out for physique anymore. I think the crime fighter's actually overtaken that one. You're kind of in the middle of everything, not really too good now. We'll try to give the forest event another try here, and hopefully we get something better around. You spend a week hunting defenseless critters, you gain 2 finesse and sell the pelts for 1 welt. Oh no! One day you hear a howl nearby, followed by the rustling of leaves. Can we outrun them? I don't think we can stand and fight. Let's see if we could run for it. You drop what you were doing and run for your life. You hear heavy footsteps running behind you, but they don't seem to be able to keep up. You get away safely. You gain 1 physique. Nice, alrighty, so no vampire or no werewolf this time around. And who is this? The Prince. Prince is actually swapped over from mind to magic, so we probably should send you to the alchemy tower now and have you... let's have you clean some labs. You spend a week cleaning up noxious chemicals, you're paid 1 welt for your labor and gain 1 physique and 1 magic. Over the course of the week, you notice yourself growing more and more spiral-shaped sores all over your body. One day, the sores begin glowing a vibrant blue. You feel your magical power grow even stronger while your mind slips further and further. You gain 3 magic, you lose 3 mind. In no time, the sores are glowing so bright that they hurt to look at. Someone rushes up to you, asking if you're alright. With only a glance, you set them aflame. Then you let out a scream as the shake that shakes the earth and shatters the skulls of all nearby. A river of blood coats the ground as you walk about, reveling in your destruction. You black out. When you come to, you're at home in your bed. Your sores have faded, and you feel like the disease symptoms have passed. Oof. And in the world was a howling fury, chaos, screaming, the sound of all we knew being pulled in half. Alright, you got week 4 over here. Great. Let's see here. We have... That guy's got a lot of magic now, by the way, but he ruined the alchemy tower. Oh no, we blew up the alchemy tower. How am I gonna get magic now? So let's see, you're an 8, 8, and a 9. Do we continue crime fighting? I feel like she needs some money, so let's send her to the forest to... hunt, maybe? She's got the physique and the finesse for it, and we can use a little bit of money. Or should we just chop down some wood for more physique? Let's go and chop wood. You spend a week cutting down trees for the village, you gain 2 physique and earn yourself 1 welt. Not bad. One day you stumble upon a tall, nicely trimmed hedge in the middle of the woods. You sit and eat your lunch in front of the hedge, wondering what exactly it's doing out in the woods. Suddenly an enormous hand erupts from the foliage. Well, I think we might be able to punch it this time around because we have 10 physique. You manage to punch the hand so hard that it appears to have shattered out of its fingers. The hand recoils back through the hedge. You then run away faster than you ever have in your life. You gain 2 physique. I'll take it. Alrighty, who's next? Charm dude. He's got a lot of finesse and a lot of charm. What can we do with all that? Can we go to the gardens and meditate? That would be for mind, I would imagine. Or maybe even magic. Landscape would be for a different type of things. I'm thinking... tavern? Drink? For a little bit more finesse and charm, or maybe some more charm at least? Plus we have some money to spend if we get like a random event. Yeah, we'll do the drink event. You spend the entire week getting wasted. You gain 2 charm and 1 physique. One day a fortune teller sets up at one of the tavern tables. She offers to read anyone's fortune for a small sum. Sure, let's give it a try. You spend 1 welt. The fortune teller takes your hand and begins showering you with promises of love and wealth. She doesn't really go into any detail, and the whole time you can't help but feel that this is all an act. Underwhelming and slightly poor, you can't help but feel like you've wasted your money. The night while walking home, the fortune teller runs up to you and gives you a kiss on the cheek. There's the love part. And then she hands you a sack of gold. There's the welt. You gain 2 welt. Still think I'm a hack? She got me there. Alrighty, so let's see here. Week 4 still, we have our sassy individualist here. We have 7 physique, 9 finesse, huh? Let's go to the arena, and we'll compete in a fight. You spend a week fighting brutes in the arena, you gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. One day in between matches, you stumble upon one of the higher ranked fighters ingesting illegal. I'm so down to actually, I won't report you. I'm gonna take your offer because I don't mind taking some steroids, pumping up the old physique here a little bit, you know the routine. Haha, good. Alrighty, and we have the Prince now, who blew up the alchemy tower. So, if I want to continue down the magical path here, I guess we have to go to the gardens and maybe either meditate? Sure, let's go back to the hospital and tend to the patients. You spend a week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 welt. One day a patient whose voice has been cursed and replaced with piano notes will not stop talking. All the other patients are complaining that his voice is making the hospital even more depressing. The doctors have tried convincing him to stop talking, but to no avail. Try to decipher what he's saying or sing with him. I don't think I have the mind to make this happen. I don't think this is actually magic related. Let's try to decipher it, why not? You listen to his piano keys but can't quite work out what he's saying. His sound gets progressively sadder and sadder. It starts driving you slightly mad. You lose one mind. Yeah, I figured as much. When it arrives this time, how will we fare? Will we once more rebuild, move on, be strong, or have we forgotten? Alrighty guys, so we're at week 5 now. Let's see how we're doing. So we got Crime Fighter, amazing in physique and finesse. I guess we could probably go to the arena now? Sure, why not? We'll go to the arena and we'll compete in a fight. I think we have the physique and finesse to pull this one off. You spend a week fighting brutes in the arena, you gain 2 physique and 1 more finesse. One day while wandering the halls, one of the arena's fighters approaches you. "Excuse me, miss, I need a sparring partner," he says. "Are you down for a fight or two?" Refer to him to the burly guy next to you or accept his challenge. You know what? I'm gonna accept it. I think I have the physique and finesse to pull this off. "Let's do this!" he screams. He takes a swing at your head. You punch his fist as it comes coming towards you. You can hear the bones in his fighter's hands crack. He runs away whimpering. That was pretty cool. You gain 1 charm. I wasn't really looking for a charm, but sure, why not? Alrighty, who is next? A bearded individual. A charm and finesse. Let's go and send you back to the palace now. Go to attend another ball. You spend a week attending fancy gatherings. You gain 2 charm and 1 finesse. One day you decide to lean up against a wall and just take a break. It rotates as you apply pressure and you stumble down a set of stairs. You enter a large dusty room filled with barrels. You found a king's famous wine cellar. Host a secrecy party in here or keep quiet about what you saw. Let's go do a secret party. All your friends show up and the drinking begins. When you come out, you find yourself in a home you don't recognize and only your underwear. Your clothes are nowhere to be found and you seem to be the only one home. What happened? You know damn well what happened. Alrighty. Sassy individual, 11 and 10. She has very similar stats to our crime fighter as well. Not sure if I like that too much. Let's go into the slums and fight some crime with her. You spend a week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. Here's the vampire event. One night you hear a woman whisper at you from nearby. "Hey you! Looking to make a bit of coin?" No thanks. Despite your intentions to say no, you find yourself giving in to her will completely. She signals you for to come into the hallway with her. I guess we didn't have the mind, perhaps, to actually avoid us being, I guess, put under a spell. Come closer. Nobody else can hear what I'm about to tell you. You lean in close, eager to learn how you'll be earning this coin. She presses herself right up against you, moving her lips slowly towards your ear. Suddenly, she bites your neck viciously. Blood pours out from the wound and she clings to you tightly, lapping it all up. You black out. When you come to, you see her standing over you. "Thanks." Tossing you a couple of coins. You gain 1 welt. She then melts into the shadows. When you feel your neck, you notice your wound has healed completely. Your body feels ice cold. You gain 3 charm. You lose 3 physique. That's no good. That's no good at all. Alrighty. Prince Charming. Magic off the yin yang. Unfortunately, you can't go back to the alchemy tower because you ruined it. Let's go to the hospital and tend to the patients again, I guess. You spend a week diagnosing and tending to the sick. You gain 2 mind and earn 1 welt. One day while in the maternity ward, you notice a woman about to give birth. The baby she births is no ordinary baby, however. The skin is pitch black and shiny and its eyes glow like an orange flame. It wrestles itself from the doctor's hand and tries to fly away. "Stop that demon!" yells the doctor. I'm gonna go ahead and use my magic because obviously that's really high. With a wave of your hand, you put up a magical barrier blocking the exit. The demon bounces right off it and collapses onto the ground. Quick thinking. You gain 1 mind. The doctor runs up with a scalpel and quickly slits the demon's throat. Your mouth goes agape at the doctor's merciless killing of a baby. He shrugs and walks away. The Yawhg, it's almost here. Almost. Alrighty. Last week before the Yawhg, so let's make this a good one here. We have 14 and 9 with her. A lot of physique, a lot of finesse, decent mind as well. Let's go to the slums and fight crime again. You spend a week outsmarting and beating up criminals. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and 1 finesse. One night a small child approaches you with his hands cupped and outstretched towards you. He doesn't say anything but just looks up at you with his wide eyes, waiting expectantly. I'll give him the only welt that I have. You toss him a sack of coins. You lose 1 welt. He thanks you and walks away. The next night you recognize him on the street. You spot him eating what looks like a fresh loaf of bread. He sees you and smiles. You feel good about yourself. You gain 1 physique. You gain 1 finesse. 1 mind. 1 charm. 1 magic. Really good event, I would say. Alrighty. King. Or not king, but the charming dude. Finesse and charm all the way high. Maybe the forest to chop down some wood. You spend a week cutting down trees for the village. You gain 2 physique and earn yourself 1 welt. One night, through the trees, you spot a group of cloaked figures all standing in a circle. They are chanting in unison. Almighty Lord of the Night, Master of Beast, Bringer of Pain and Desperation. One of them runs out from the darkness towards the rest of the group. Sorry everyone, but I was reading this calendar wrong, he says. We were supposed to summon a demon yesterday. Now we have to wait a whole year to try again. There's a collective sigh as the group disperses. You learned a bit about demon summoning. You gain 1 mind and 1 magic. Huh. Interesting event. Who's next? We have the sassy individual, 911 and 8 charm, huh? I'm thinking we go to the arena one more time and compete in a fight. You spend a week fighting brutes in the arena, you gain 2 physique and 1 finesse. Over the course of the week, you've noticed your skin become paler and your teeth sharper. Oh, the vampire event, correct. We were bitten. You notice that whenever you talk, everyone nearby hangs on your every word. You gain 3 charm. You also feel more frail and gaunt than you used to. Ah, physique. One day you notice a woman tilting her head back, brushing her hair. Her neck fully exposed, you can even see a vein or two. Delicious. Before you know it, you're coated in blood with a mangled form in front of you. There are dozens of people around you and they're all filled with delicious nectar. The next few hours are a blur. You wake up the next day in bedsheets soaked with blood that is not of your own. You look into the mirror and notice your skin has regained its color and that your teeth have dulled. Cleanup. You spend a week steeling your mind against the horrors of the hospital, making sure it is as clean as it can be. You gain 1 mind, 1 physique, and earn 1 wealth. One day you hear spooky sounds echoing through the hospital. Soon afterwards, a glowing blue ghost floats down from the ceiling. She seems to be wandering the halls aimlessly, howling out horrible noises. She doesn't appear to realize that she is freaking everyone out. You decide to do something about it. I don't think I'm going to be able to talk to her because I don't have the charm or the mind for it, so yeah, we'll do the magic one. With a wave of your hand, you fire off a magic bolt. The ghost lets out a wail as the bolt pierces her heart. She slowly fizzles out of existence. Target practice, you gain 1 magic. The storm arrives in the night. By the morning it still rages. For 3 full days the tempest puts us through a grinder, drowns us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends. We see our graveyard our home has become our home. Choose our roles. Relatively easy. So this is going to be my physique, finesse, and mind person. I'm thinking with all that physique, we make her the builder. You take it upon yourself to help rebuild a town by hand. You rebuild homes at breakneck speed, impressing the rest of the survivors. This helps the rebuilding effort significantly. Alrighty, now we have finesse, physique, and charm. This is our leader in a sense, right? Yeah. You take it upon yourself to be a leader of the survivors. You're so incredibly charming, everyone rarely lets you guide them. You're not the brightest, however, and aren't terribly efficient with organizing everyone. Still, having a charismatic leader helps out the rebuilding effort a lot. Could have been better. You know what? She doesn't have that bad amount of physique and finesse to pull this one off. Yeah. You volunteer to smelt your now useless coins into building... Oh. So smelter is wealth. Ah, I never knew that. I thought it was just like literally, you know, doing your grinding stuff right there. Alright, whatever. Huh. I don't really have that much wealth to pull this one off. That's gonna be pretty bad. Bad choice. With the modest amount of riches you have, you managed to provide a significant amount of metal. You melt it all down, and the smiths take it and work it into various tools and building materials. This helps the survival effort a lot. Well, it's a lot. You lose 3 wealth, that's fine. I still have some left over, if anything. Now for you, magician, you're also not too bad in mind. I'm thinking conjurer. Let's try to go off on a good note and beat it again. So conjurer. You take it upon yourself to help conjure up supplies for the town. With your magic, you summon supplies of the highest caliber. With little effort, you're summoning high-quality lumber and food from out of nowhere. This helps the rebuilding effort significantly. And so, we set about our task, once more living our lives, this time in a way we might never have expected. We flourished. Towers once wrecked and ravaged rose towards the sky. Trees again took root, then blossomed. We all blossomed. Alrighty, so we got another good ending. Obviously. Who are you talking to here, Falcon? I know how to rock this game now, dog. You don't even know. Let's find out about the ending story, so that's the one that we're all interested in, I want to say. With the town rebuilt, you don your costume once more, eager to fight crime. In an odd twist of events, the Yawhg appears to have brought everyone closer together. You can't seem to find even a trace of criminal activity in the town. You travel to new lands in search of crime that must be punished. I turn into Batman with her, I love it. After the town is rebuilt, you decide to move out into the woods. You become the friendly local lumberjack and fashion yourself a log cabin. You spend most of your days chopping down giant trees and carrying the logs into the town gate. You make friends with the dryads of the forest, and spend every weekend at their wild river parties. All in all, you lead a good life. Who's next? With the town rebuilt, you decide to become a full-time arena warrior. You slowly rise the rank, knocking out scores of fighters, even ones as great as John the Beautiful. Before long, you become the arena champion. You travel across the world, fighting the very best of the best. The best. The best, nobody gonna keep me down. Anyway, tales are sung far and wide of your mighty feats of speed. Are we gonna go 4 for 4? 4 good results here. Let's find out. After the town is rebuilt, you start up a magical waste cleanup initiative. When boats accidentally leak toxic potions into the water, your crew arrives to clean off birds, fish, and other animals. You're named Time Magazine's Person of the Year for 6 years in a row, which feels pretty good. Also, all this exposure to magical waste gives you superpowers. I would say that was 4 good endings for all my characters, and we got the best ending as well over on the story. I think this is a great way to wrap up the series. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up, leave a like to support us a lot. If you guys would like to see some more, let me know. Possibly not gonna happen, but hey, you know what? Stranger things have happened on the channel for sure. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it though. Leave a thumbs up. I will catch you next time.